Hey, what's up guys? This is Real Chief here and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mike and welcome back to part 4 of my layout update. In today's episode, I figured I'd decide to work on the foam here on the table surface. So I went ahead with a little paintbrush and started brushing some brown paint on the pink surface here, and I also made sure to cover up the masking tape as well. Also, just a little reminder, this episode is also known as part 2 of my Lionel 10 Days of Christmas Spectacular series. And I didn't mention this in my previous episode, but all these videos are going to be winding down to the 10th episode, which is going to be the Train Under the Christmas Tree Challenge. So I can't wait to show you guys the video once it's all done. And that video will be posted on Christmas Day. Alright, so the next part of the layout that I did was on the other side of the layout here where the backdrop is. Now, in case you guys noticed, I'm leaving one part of the table here pink, and that's actually where my river is going to go. So I only want to do the sides where it's all brown, so that way once the paint is still wet, I could start applying my scenery. I also want to make sure I paint on the outside of the tracks as well. Now as for the underside of the tracks, as you can see, just like with the river, this side is still pink, and I'm eventually going to end up buying some more track bed to put on the other side of the track here. Another thing that I think that I should have done was to add some masking tape around the trestle sections of the MTH girder bridge here, but that's okay. Next up, I went right behind the town area and started painting the parking lot brown. Now this may eventually change, but in the meantime, I just want to make sure that the whole table surface is not pink. Alright, so once the paint is still wet, I went ahead with my canister and started applying some grass to the table here. It really does help brighten up the room here, and not all of the scenery on my layout is going to be the same color. It's going to be a mixture of cement, dirt, and grass at the same time. So the next thing I decided to work on was the gas station here. And what I did was that I took my power drill here and started taking my time drilling my hole through the table, because that's where I'm going to be threading my light bulb through from the Woodland Scenics Just Plug lighting system. Now that the light was threaded through the hole, I went ahead and started applying it to the table with some crazy glue. And then I pressed the light bulb down to the masking tape. And once everything was secured, I went ahead and started putting my gas station back together. So let me just take a minute and show you guys what the gas station looks like now with the light installed. I also used the same techniques for my Woodland Scenics trailer here. Alright, so the next part of the layout here that I worked on was the road system. Now, in case you guys saw my last video, the road wasn't technically completed, so I figured this might be the perfect opportunity to try to finish up the road here. So I went ahead with my black paint and started spreading it around with a paintbrush. Now, as you guys can tell, the road, before I started applying the black paint, the road actually has a very nice tan color to it. Now, I could have basically just left it the way it was, but I wanted to make sure I connect the rest of the road system to the road in the town here. So this doesn't have to be your layout particularly. It could be anything you want, but for me, I just wanted my roads to be black. And once the paint was still dried, once the paint was still wet, I went ahead with my canister and started laying down the Woodland Scenics fine cinders. Also, Christmas is going to be coming up in about a week, so I added my little train lanterns here to the side of the train table, and I also added more decorations to my Christmas tree on the layout here. And it's a little hard to tell, but I didn't have a star to put on top, so instead, I put the gold-plated scale Hudson at the very top of the tree. The next thing that I added to the workbench here was the CW80 transformer. Now, I'm currently using this for accessories only, because if I use this for trains, I'm afraid that I'm going to be burning out the cooling fan inside the transformer. And I also added a couple more figures to the town here. And the last thing that I did for today was add more figures to the factory area. I also made a trip down to Hobby Lobby recently, and I picked up this gray sheet of foam board, as well as some hay stacks and another canister of this Woodland Scenics fine grass. But all of that will be applied in the next video. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell down below for any other projects that I upload, and make sure to share the video with others. So anyway, that's it for now. Thank you guys again for watching. Make sure you stay tuned for part 3 of my layout update series, and I hope to see you all next time. Thanks again and take care.